Welcome to this week's Bushel Up, coming to you from the seed shed here in Aurora, where Marv and Steve are hot at it, treating seed. Tis the season to start getting those seed treatments on, get that seed prepped, whether it be soybean seed, getting those treatments on, or sometimes we over-treat, do a lot of over-treatment on corn seed, where maybe it's been treated at the plant, but now we add to that. So when you look behind me, there's a lot of tools that we have. You look at the Cruiser Max Apex, that's very critical to soybeans. It brings us insecticide and fungicide. Those are the two primary areas we really rely on our seed treatments, because that plant, as it's emerging, it's got about a 5-6 week window where we really have to protect it. It's very small, very vulnerable to disease, to insect damage. No different than a small child or an infant, toddler. We got to put barriers around that to help protect that seed and get it off to a good start. You look at, the cooler conditions we have, the more pressure we put on, because that just lengthens that window for that plant to get up and going. So you see a lot of disease attack as soils warm up. We see wireworm, white grubs, seed corn maggots. A lot of those seedling insects start firing up, and they're looking for something to eat, and they're going straight to that seed. So that's a critical protection. We see that typically on our corn seed already when we get it from the factory, but we can over-treat the soybeans. When you look at other tools that we have the Saltros, Olivos to help with some of the nematodes, some of the potential SDS problems that we might see towards the end of the year, where plants die off early. Those steps, best line of protection we have is to do that at seed time and get the Saltro and Olivo on. We have Hustle, a PGR. You look at PGRs, they help speed that process of that plant coming out of the ground. They're growth hormones. They trigger that plant. They trigger better roots, faster shoot growth. Anything we can do to eliminate the time that seed's in the ground is a huge advantage to us. Even cutting that by 2-3 days, if we can get out of the ground a couple days faster, get that growth faster, that just gets us off to that faster start. A few other tools we have. Obviously, we have the ability to inoculate, getting that inoculant on. Even in previous soybean ground, there's a lot of debate about, hey, I already put inoculant on, should I double inoculate? For those of you guys chasing the higher bean yields, we need all the nitrogen production, all the nodulation in that plant that we can get. You start talking 75 to 100 bushel beans, and we need to generate more nitrogen than a bean plant typically will do on its own. So double inoculation, we do that on every soybean at owner's acres and make sure we have that going for us. A lot of other tools that we can put on, flow agents, so forth. Those are all choices that you have as a grower. I know sometimes it's not the prettiest thing that you do or the funnest dollar that you spend, but we can definitely know, we talk about how emergence is the most important thing, getting off to that great start. We'll talk about in-furrow programs. We have seed box treatments. Those are great tools too, whether we look at the Trailblazer, the Stride Bio to get plants out of the ground faster and treating seed. This has its own category, what it does best. Those over treatments can bring more tools that maybe don't fit on seed treatments. And then we have the in-furrow, just getting that biology fired up in the furrow, getting some phosphorus, getting some nutrients right there in that seed furrow. All three of these things, seed treatments, seed box treatments, and when we look at in-furrow programs, they all fit together to give us a great solution. And that's what we talk about at Owner's Acres. It's a system. It's covering all our bases. So make sure you're taking time to do that before you just go getting your seed delivered and hit the field. Check all those boxes. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you.